Good morning, wherever you are. It's 7:30ish here. All right. Anyway, welcome to English 212. I'm Kim Lacey. I'll be your professor, and please feel free to call me Kim. That's completely fine, and actually I prefer it. So that is makes things a little easier, I guess. This is our first weekly video. I'll post one of these every week, probably every Monday, just to give you a heads up of what to expect, what's going on this week. Also to answer a lot of questions that have come in throughout the week. So for example, like if we were in a normal classroom and somebody had a question, probably other people would have the same question. On an online course, usually a lot of people have the same question and I get a lot of emails. So I'll address those in a weekly video or I'll post those in the discussion for Kim discussion board. But I'll talk about that in just a minute. I just want to give you a rundown of what to expect, kind of introduce myself, and just kind of put things at ease so you feel a little bit more comfortable with the actual semester itself. So I wrote a little list of things that I want to talk about to make sure I don't miss anything. Alright, so welcome to English 212. We will be doing a lot of work. It is 7 weeks crammed in, or 16 weeks of work crammed into 7 weeks. So it will be a little bit it'll be a little intensive. So I just want to let you know that, but I'm sure you already do. But I just have to say it just in case. If you haven't used Canvas before, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it might be a little tricky if you're not familiar with it and you just want to get used to it because you've been using VSpace, or maybe this is your first time taking a course at all. I'll post a little video about how to use Canvas, where to access all the important stuff for our class. That way you can feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more at ease finding things. However, if you're ever having any trouble trying to find things or a little confused about what to do, always contact me. You can contact me in a million different ways. It's all at the top of the syllabus, so when I send out that little link about Canvas, I'll give you a little walkthrough of the syllabus too. So take a look for that in that video. So we have the weekly update video, which you're currently watching, and then I'll send out another link about a Canvas how-to and then a syllabus walkthrough. So it'll be like a minute or two, so not a long video, don't worry. So I'll be posting those soon. Like I said, I'll walk through the syllabus in a little bit, but I do want to let you know about a couple things. As you're looking through the syllabus, a couple things that are really important will be the due dates, office hours, and then the book we'll be using this semester. The due dates are all listed. Everything is broken down into modules, so each week you'll have a list of things to have to complete. So because the semester starts today, that kind of clicks off the clock for week 1. And so you have until Sunday to complete everything for the week. So if you're, like a real go-getter and you're like, I just want to get everything done today, that's completely fine. If you're busy this week, I know it's the 4th of July, so it's kind of a hassle to squeeze in everything, and you might have family stuff to do or friend stuff, getting together. I know it's kind of a pain, but just plan ahead for that. My email just went off, sorry about that. If you want to get everything done before that, or if you want to kind of, maybe if you're like, oh shoot, I'm going away for the weekend, I have to cram it in Sunday night. That's okay. That's totally fine with me. You just have until Sunday night to get it all done. If that's today, if you finish it throughout the week, if you finish it last minute Sunday, whatever. As long as it's in by the due date, I'm cool with it. But all the due dates are Eastern Standard Time. So you might be taking this course maybe in a different state or maybe in a different country, but they are all due at SVSU time. So just be aware of that. And then also, we do have one book this semester, How to Think About Weird Things. It is what edition are you? 7th edition. And I think you will need the 7th. I've used the 6th edition before, and I think most of the examples are the same. However, I know some of the questions have changed, and so you do have assignments where you have to answer different questions, and so that would be a problem if you had a different edition. Feel free to shop around online for the cheapest price. I know this book can get kind of expensive, but the good thing is, because we're only 7 weeks, you can rent it for really cheap, and then turn it back in at the end if you want to do that. So that might be something to do. It should be at the library. Also, if you're around campus, you want to pick it up, you can do that. But you will need to have access to the book starting this week, so you will need to get that pretty quickly. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Let me look at my list here. Oh, the modules. Like I mentioned earlier, I broke down this semester into different modules. So we have 7 different modules. Well, technically 8 if you count module 0, which I'll talk about in a second. But the real work starts on module 1, which is this first week. And so within each module, if you actually just go onto Canvas, and on the left side, you'll see a bunch of different things. It looks very similar to VSpace if you've never used it before. It's a little cleaner. But if you go on the left side, it has a bunch of different, tabs. I think the first one is Home, maybe Syllabus, and then Modules is the third one down. So if you click Modules, what it does is it breaks down all the work that you need to do for the week within each little module. So it's really kind of nice. So if you say, okay, what am I going to do? I know I've got maybe a meeting today, or I've got, I'm working doubles for the next 2 days. I can't really do much work. What do I need to, how do I need to schedule my day? So you could look through the modules to see what is, what's an appropriate amount of work for you and work according to that. Or if you just log into Canvas, go to the modules section, you can actually just click right through the bottom and it'll just kind of walk you through the course. And again, when I send out that video about how to use Canvas, this will become a little more clear, but I just want to give you a heads up of where to find things if you want to just start it, or if you're familiar with Canvas, or if you're familiar with modules and you just want to get going, that's fine. But each week is broken down into modules. And if you look at this, excuse me, burped, gross. If you look at the syllabus, just like you would for a normal course, you're like, oh, what are we doing in class today? It's broken down into each week. But those weeks, what we're doing in each week is identical to what is in the modules. So if you look at the modules and it says a certain thing, and you're looking at the syllabus, they're the exact same stuff. And again, when I show that little how-to video, this will be a little more clear. I only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, so I might be a little bit crazy right now, but it'll make sense. So let's talk about what is expected in the first week module. I'm just going to run down a couple things. As we go through the next couple weeks, what I'm going to be doing is, if we have a paper due or if we have a paper coming up, so for example, next week's video, I'll definitely be talking about paper number 1. But if you want to get a head start, you can go ahead and look through that, read through the paper description. All that stuff is already posted. So if you want to get a good look at what we're going to be doing this semester, go for it. But this week, we have a few things to do. First off, the weekly update, which, check, you're already doing because you're watching this. Usually I'll have to do a response to the weekly update, but this week, instead of just responding to the weekly update, you're going to post something about yourself. Because in class I like to do cheesy icebreakers. But since we're not actually in person, you're going to have to write a little bit about it. So I posted some questions for you to answer. Some of them are kind of ridiculous, but that's okay. They're fun. We'll get to know each other a little bit. I'll post one too so you can know a few things about me. We have a reading from our textbook. Then you're going to kind of flip through a Prezi, which is like a PowerPoint, about subjective versus objective argumentation. Then there's a discussion board, which you'll see, it'll actually, once you're done watching the Prezi and you go back to the module, the next thing you click will bring you right into the discussion board. So you don't ever have to actually leave the modules itself. But again, that'll be explained in the how-to video. Then you will either read or watch. They're the exact same information, so it's completely your preference. Read or listen to, not watch. Something about flight versus invisibility. And I know that sounds ridiculous, and it is, but it'll help us think about how do we argue stuff. And then there's a discussion group after that. And then finally we wrap up the week with some critical reading and writing, another thing from our textbook, which has all the information on the module, so you'll be able to find it there. Let's see, what else? Oh, help. If you ever have any questions, or if you ever just want help, or if you're stuck on something and you just are not sure what to do, always ask me. If you look on the syllabus, there are about 1,000 ways to get a hold of me. Okay, not that many, but I think there are a lot. So get a hold of me any way you can. You can tweet me, you can Facebook me. I always call this, and I know this sounds kind of like offensive, but I'm sorry, the crazy ex-girlfriend way of getting a hold of me, because I'm like, here, you can call me, or you can email me, or you can Facebook me, or whatever. It's kind of what it sounds like, and that's okay. Like, whatever is the easiest way for you to contact me, do it. There's a million different ways you can get a hold of me, so don't ever think like, oh, I feel bad bugging you, because you're not bugging me, because that's what I'm here for. That is my job. So please get a hold of me however you would like, and I'll respond to as fast as possible. And I know I mentioned the 4th of July earlier this week, earlier in this video. I will have my computer and my phone and everything, so don't think like you're bugging me. I mean, I will be doing stuff, but whatever. This is part of the semester. This is part of my job. So if you have a question this weekend, even if it's a holiday, don't worry about bugging me. Please, just ask. And I'll do my best to respond to you as quickly as possible. A lot of you have responded to the Module 0 quiz, so that's kind of fun, so I'll be responding to those. And I also respond to all of your weekly posts and stuff like that, especially this week when you're doing the introduction, so I'll be responding to those throughout the week as they come in. So I'm looking forward to reading all of those, but more importantly, I'm looking forward to the semester. It's going to fly by, I'm just warning you. So brace for impact. We're going to be in the middle of August in no time. But it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it, and we'll go from there. So if you ever have any questions or anything, please let me know. And success. I made it through the entire first week video without my dogs barking, which is crazy because they are little tiny little dogs and adorable. And if they were to run in the room, I would have introduced them to you. And like I said, I think I put it in the weekly update or one of the introduce yourself module that I will probably talk about them a lot because I'm obsessed with them. And that's okay because they're cute and you'll become obsessed with them too. So, alright, that's it for now. I'm blabbing. I'm going to go get more coffee. I'm excited to start reading your stuff. And here we go. Welcome to English 212 and let's have a great semester. Bye.